Bronny gets drafted in the second round. He goes to the Lakers. I think Rich Paul was telling teams not to draft him, and that if they did draft him, that he would go play in Australia. So they basically set the situation up for him to go play for the Lakers with LeBron. And almost immediately, I saw these big media figures coming out, and instead of being critical of the fact that this happened, exposing other nepotism in sports.
Yeah.
Coming to like the defense of Bronny and LeBron and the Lakers.
Yeah.
They talk about nepotism in the back office.
Yep.
They talk about nepotism on other teams.
Yeah.
I think Giannis's brother plays with the Bucks.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting to me. Like, it shows, in my opinion, the power of LeBron.
Yes.
Because the easiest story, the most salacious story, is to go at this situation and completely undercut the fact that they drafted him.
Yeah.
And they are defending the decision.
Yeah.
And making good arguments. I mean, nepotism is rife all over the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many coaches whose dad were coaches.
Everywhere.
The GM, the old...
If the second you have anything, like I have a daughter, I want to give her fucking everything. I can't wait to nep it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to nep it. So it is, I understand why it's frustrating if you don't have kin.
Yeah.
Or I understand why it's frustrating if your parents didn't have something to give you, because you're like, whoa, look at that unfair advantage that person has. 100%. But you can't blame a parent for wanting to provide for their kid.
The GM of the Mavericks, the old GM of the Mavericks, Donnie Nelson, his dad was Don Nelson, the head coach of the Mavericks. What a fucking surprise that happened.
I mean, this is all over the coaching positions of the league.
But I should have looked this up, but is part of the definition of nepotism like a person who doesn't deserve it?
No, it's related. Just related.
Oh, so then...
I mean, the subtext is they don't deserve it.
I mean,
yeah, but
Bronny doesn't deserve it.
But if it's not part of the definition, then we should encourage nepotism.
But no, I mean,
in all industries.
If you earned it, like, for example, nobody said Klay Thompson is a
Nepo baby.
Is a Nepo baby.
His dad was in the league. Michael Thompson.
No one says Steph Curry is a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
Right? Like, their parents were both in the league. Right? There are plenty of people who have, relatives
Even
that are
Steph
in the league.
Curry is a contributor, a valuable contributor on teams.
Yeah. So Bronny might have a successful NBA career. I don't know. What he showed so far is that there's no reason for him to get drafted. Even in his draft workouts, they were going through him. They were like, he kind of shot shitty. And it's like, his only thing is to be 3-and-D, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have the ball handling skills and passing skills to really be a point guard. He's an undersized 2, and he wasn't even shooting the ball that well. So he didn't really exemplify somebody you would want to draft even in the second round, but he got drafted. Who cares? So what? But let's not make up the fact that there was a little help here.
I think it proves that no one ever really cared about nepotism. You know what I mean? Like,
go with that.
Like when the whole thing came out, like when the whole, like that Nepo baby article first dropped, like what, 2017, 2018 or whatever?
Yeah.
Like everyone was pissed. Like, oh, nepotism's everywhere, da, da, da. I don't think anyone ever really cared. I think it just wasn't a thing that benefited them or their community. So people were like, oh, this is fucked up.
Yeah, it's white privilege.
Yeah.
It's the same argument.
That's
it's
why no one really cared sometimes, but other people really.
But now that everyone could benefit from nepotism, or now that more people can benefit from nepotism, I think everyone's gonna be like, a little nepotism's fine.
I've said this
That's my
about
feeling.
white privilege in Hollywood or whatever. It is the perfect, or white privilege in any industry. It is the perfect argument if you're not a white person to give yourself more opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, hey, these white people are just hiring white people, and that's fucked up, and that's indicative of racism. I'm not white, so that'd be really awesome if you hired me. I have to find a competitive advantage. I don't have the nepotism. They have the nepotism, or they have the whiteness, or whatever the fuck it is. So I have to make that look bad. I have to make that look radioactive so I get opportunity.
I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And not to switch topics, but the reason why I support nepotism now, because I'm like, this is a motivation for you to achieve something where you can actually pass it down to your kid. Yeah. So it's like, I think everybody should be.
People who are anti-nepotism would argue that lane is blocked because of nepotism. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, you can always make your own lane.
And then to the...
pull yourself up by your bootstrap. That's what I'm talking about. We converted him.
Let's go.
Trump won.
He liked the debate.
Let's go.
That's what happened. He was like, oh, he's spitting.
I like what you're talking about. Keep going. Keep going.
I gotta think of this more.
You should have let him play out.
Yeah.
That's racist.
But I'm also, so to me, I didn't like the white casting shit when minorities did it, because once we started getting all the roles, then instead of being like, hey guys, we just wanted to be fair, all of a sudden they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, white man, are you not getting the roles? And it's like, oh, you didn't want fairness. You just wanted to be the white man.
Yeah.
That drives me crazy. And I will say the Nepo baby argument is it's just like jujitsu or whatever. Y'all got nepotism. How do I flip this? It's your advantage. How do I flip it to make it my advantage and your disadvantage?
Yeah.
Which, straight up argument, that's a fucking great way to do it.
Yeah.
That's a great way to flip the advantage, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that idea largely, but like, I also think with Bronny, we're all so excited. First of all, it's a few things. One, like you said, media's on his side because they can't lose LeBron. Because Jordan proved if you fuck with us, we could just not give your publication any love, and ESPN needs LeBron. Two, so media's on his side. Two, I think we all just want to see a father and son play in the same crowd. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
That outweighs any nepotism and it's the second round. The Mavs drafted an Indian Punjabi guy that 6 years ago that I knew would never play in the league. And Mark Cuban was like, we just made 1 billion fans.
Yeah.
Fire. I love that. It's late in the second round. Who gives a fuck?
So
if he went number 9, we'd have a problem with it.
So it's not like the Lakers aren't going to sell out every game. They are because LeBron's on the team.
Yeah.
But if you look at it as a financial decision, it's not nepotism.
Correct.
If I'm Bronny, that's what I would say. I go, guys, this is a financial decision. Like, there are people that really want to see us playing the game together. It's going to get so many clips, even if it's for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's going to blow things up. When we go to, it's not only just when we go to other cities, they're going to sell out because my dad is going to do that. But around the world, if you're interested in the game, you're going to want to see this. So they're probably going to pay me the league minimum for a second round rookie, and they're going to make 20 million off of that. This is a business decision. I would say that, and then you shut everybody up about skill.
Yeah, then that just steps on all your hard work. It's like, I work so hard to get to the league, and the only reason why I'm getting signed just because it's going to sell some more tickets.
But people know what the hard work did, right? Like 4 points and like 3 assists and like 1 rebound. Like, we understand the merit, and the merit isn't sufficient. So we're never going to look at you as if you're here for merit until you start balling in the league. If you start balling your ass off in the league, we shut the fuck up.
It could happen.
It absolutely could happen. And he's going to get touches because please believe, if you want to be on Bron's good side, if Bronny comes in the game, you're going to feed him the ball.
Yeah.
Don't you think that fucks with his psyche a little bit? That he's like, damn, I wasn't good enough to actually make it to the league.
Bro, he's dealt with that his whole life. His entire
LeBron
life.
James Jr.
There is nobody that is more comfortable.
Great point.
Exactly. There's nobody more comfortable thinking that people are doing things for him just because of his dad than LeBron James Jr.
You got a point.
So I think he's almost like built a callousness to it in terms of like I imagine he doesn't resent it. He goes, this is the world I live in. I accept it. And I got to do my best to go out there and hoop. It's probably why hoops is so nice to him, because at the end of the day, his dad can't shoot the ball for him. He got to go out there and ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But doesn't this happen? Not exactly the same, but similar, where like a guy will be close to breaking an all-time scoring record or some type of crazy record, and people won't play D as hard if it's like a regular season game, right?
they said that about home run records.
Right.
Michael Strahan's sack record in the NFL. Brett Favre just like gave up the last sack.
That's what they
Just,
said.
And there's kind of like a
completely
gentlemanness to it where it's like, look, this doesn't really matter. It's good for the game for you to get this thing. After you make the point or the sack, the game stops and they throw fucking confetti and shit. Because it's just kind of good for the pageantry of the game. And I kind of feel like it's the same thing where like it's good for the game as a whole to see the greatest of all time, arguably the greatest, with his son playing for a season.
It's awesome.
It's amazing.
I'm
It's
a
great.
Laker hater, but now they got a coach that I love, and they got a father-son duo playing. Like, I'm so excited to watch a Laker game,
Yeah.
and I don't think they're going to contend for anything. Not this year, but I'm excited to watch it.
And I think it's awesome for everyone except people who are better than him in college that they're looking at, yo, he took my spot.
But it's one spot on 30
I'm
teams.
just saying,
Yeah,
if
no,
you
I know
were
what
one
you
of
mean.
those people, you would
Yeah, I
feel
would.
it.
I think there was some posts and it was about like another guy that was on USC.
Yeah.
You saw that when he dropped like 14 a game and he didn't get drafted. And that is what it is. Maybe he'll go play in Europe somewhere. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll coach. Who knows what he's going to do with his life. But this is the nature of things,
But
guys.
Bronny scoring 5 a game didn't impact him scoring 14 a game.
And-
you know what I mean?
100%.
Like he could have scored 30 a game.
100%. And also the thing I would say is like, before we criticize this situation, I want everybody to think about how they got every job in their life, how they got every apartment in their life, how they got every bottle service at a club in their life. Like, nepotism or cronyism is the other term when you're not related.
Cronyism is the term.
Has
Okay, I didn't know that.
benefited you too. Everybody gets everything because of the people they know.
Yeah.
That is a nature.
Get better
thing.
cronies, bro. That's just fine.
Real talk. If you don't got shit, your cronies suck.
Chris Rock said that about Bill Clinton writing like a letter of recommendation for Monica Lewinsky. He said something like, that's his friend. How many of you guys got a job because your friend recommended you? And I remember I'm 15 or 16 or whatever, I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, that's a great point. Even I knew that back then. My first job was a friend. Target. That's how I got it.
I actually hope Bronny balls out.
I would love it.
Died again.
Yeah, I hope Bronny balls out, dude. I would love it.
That'd be sick.
And if anybody could bring the best out of him, it's his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And nepotism's not always bad. I mean, fucking Bollywood. Is like the
That's what the
most
Nepo baby thing that we've been talking about for decades.
It's awesome.
All nepotism. Now it's shifting, but back when I was growing up, it's all nepotism.
Yeah.
Do you think LeBron gets the senior on the back of his jersey?
Fuck yeah, that's got to be so cool.
That would
I mean,
be so
if they just
sick.
want to sell more jerseys, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, switch it up.
James Senior, he's
Yeah.
old as hell. That's so
Bron's
sick.
number is 9, right?
6.
6 and 9 is
Yeah, that's a
Bronny's
little
9.
weird, bro.
Shit is
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
a little weird.
69 with your dad, bro. I saw that
They
tweet. That
thought
shit.
out everything but that.
No,
Bronny
that's
6,
nah,
Bronny
that's
9.
If you sell them together, bro, that shit is awesome.
Nah, they got to do junior and senior
would be
because
so sick.
parents would do that.
Yes.
Like if you got a kid,
that's
you're going to get the dad jersey and then the
Oh,
son
that's
jersey.
awesome.
Yeah, this is.
Dude,
60,
what a
69
coup
with
for
your
the
family,
league.
bro.
Yeah.
Get fired.
You got the Celtics winning championships, and the Lakers aren't. Again, I think Redick will make them really good, but not this year. But they're not good. But you got fucking father-son playing the greatest of all time, maybe with
Nah,
the son.
this is gonna be
like
good.
what a time for the league.
Yeah.
The two anchor franchises. PR through the roof.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. This is the reaction to it. I was shocked, man.
I think honestly, LeBron owes Michael Jordan a thank you for this. Because these ESPN, and remember when Sports Illustrated I was referencing, Michael Jordan plays baseball. Sports Illustrated writes an article, the cover says, "Bag it, Michael," basically insulting him for playing baseball. Michael Jordan
Yes,
never talked to Sports
I
Illustrated
understand
again.
what you're saying.
ESPN is looking at this like, do we want to insult LeBron for this, or do we want LeBron to like us?
Yo,
And then George Karl, I think his son played. So like, there's nepotism all over the league. Now we got to call it out everywhere. Let's just support this, and we're good. We keep LeBron. We don't piss off other execs that we got to call out later. We're good.
I'm going to throw out an allegedly on this one because I have no proof to back it up.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feelings.
Juicy.
Feelings.
So I'm sure you guys have seen, there was an article that came out talking about how like Jordan's stats were inflated.
Oh.
Did you see that?
I haven't read the article, but I've heard about it.
So there's a few articles that came out talking about Jordan's stats were inflated. There's like lots of content online talking about how like, oh, Jordan really wasn't that nice. They're like people reviewing old Jordan clips and like saying, oh, look, there was no defense back in the day, yada, yada, yada. But what they did is they reviewed footage and then compared them to the stats that the Chicago Bulls had delivered to the NBA.
Yeah.
And they found a discrepancy. Oh, there was less rebounds, less assists, et cetera.
Especially the year he won Defensive Player of the Year, they would just award him steals that he didn't
That
make.
he didn't get. Now,
Oh, shit.
one, the reaction is, oh shit.
Yeah.
Two, and this is what I heard, and this could be absolute bullocks. I heard Bron's team is behind that.
I love that. I love that.
Oh,
I love that.
behind outing it. Oh, okay.
I love that because what did Jordan do? As soon as LeBron won with the Cavs, he said, "Let's drop this last dance shit."
Yeah.
Like if y'all are, hey, look, go.
Oh, they're
go.
competing.
Oh, yeah.
The
Go.
fact that LeBron did the movie probably drove Jordan fucking
Oh
crazy.
my
bro,
God.
That's funny.
So
Jordan
so
is a dog.
He is.
Competing 30 years out of the league.
he
But
never
LeBron
stops.
got that dog in him too, dude.
He's still
doing
in
this.
it though. He's still in it, so it makes sense. It's like, yeah, he's got a legacy to protect, or he's got a legacy to make. Like Jordan's just doing it for like just protection.
But the fact that he's trying to, no, I'm not saying he is, but allegedly is behind tarnishing Jordan's accomplishments that he knows that he won't beat so that he can have the better numbers. Like if we stop believing in Jordan's numbers,
Yeah,
now you can make the argument that maybe LeBron is the greatest of all time.
you can.
yeah, but then it's like Jordan's rings aren't padded.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It's like,
And
No,
here's
no,
the other thing.
100%.
I said this years ago when LeBron, I think, went to LA, and now that he's staying in LA, and I think Redick's going to be great, blah, blah, blah. Love that he's playing with his son. But the fact that he's not chasing the best team, and he's like, well, I'm just going to retire in this beautiful sunny place. I get it. But I do think Jordan would never have done that. Like LeBron knows they don't got a team to win the ring.
Jordan would have benched his kid immediately.
Jordan ain't doing that.
He did it already.
But Jordan would have gone to a team like, I don't know, maybe the Sixers where there's an MVP candidate right there or whatever. Dude, the Nuggets wanted him 3 years ago or whenever he went to the Lakers. Can you imagine LeBron and Jokic? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
To me, that would have been a Jordan move.
I do think back in the day there was a bit more loyalty to best organization.
Yeah,
No,
Like,
but
you
he
were
would have gone to the
loyal
best team. LeBron went to the best location. See what I'm saying?
So do you think he would have went to the best team, or do you think that his competitive instinct would have been like, I'm not going to just join a good team. I'm going to beat that team.
He was like, he needed Phil, he needed Scotty, he went and got Rodman. I need the best supporting. I'm going to be the alpha, but we're going to have a great team. And he made it very clear, if Scotty's gone, if Phil is gone, I'm not coming back.
I just don't see Jordan joining a super team.
wouldn't
I can see him make one, but I don't think he'd be like, oh, they're the best team. I'll just go and be on that.
I think he'd go to the best team where he's still the best player. Does that make sense? He's still the alpha. He's not going to go
always going to be the best.
Exactly. So I think he's going to be like, all right, well, let's go to the best supporting cast. I'm not going to go to this team where they don't have one.
I don't think you get what I'm saying. Right?
I get what you're saying, but I mean, again,
his ego wouldn't allow him to admit that there's another team better.
I think he would go to a better situation than the Lakers.
I mean, he went to the Wizards.
Yeah, but that's because he owned them.
Like,
That's
went to
because
the
he
worst
owns them,
team.
and he needed. You know what I mean? He couldn't lose at owning a team.
Yeah.
So let me just get the fuck out on the court. If he didn't own the Wizards, he don't play on the Wizards.
Yeah. And then after losing, he was like, I need to get out of this team.
Yes, 1000%.
There's nothing that can make this
Yeah,
team win.
1000%.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's some cool drama going on in the NBA. Like the NBA is cooking right now in the offseason.
Yeah.